Are you ready for National Novel Writing Month? Hi, my name is Elke. I'm an author and a fiction book coach. And as you may know, National Novel Writing Month is right around the corner. So if you've been following my channel, you know that I've been talking about NANO prep and how to prepare your book as well as your life. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can prepare yourself. So the first thing that you can do is to prepare your mindset. Now, whether you're a new writer, if you've been writing for a while, or if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm a huge, I talk a lot about mindset and how important it is for writers. So now, how can you prepare your mindset either during NANO or before NANO starts? And how you can do that is by, first of all, meditating. Now, this is something that I do a lot myself. And the reason why I do, because let's face it, when you're writing a book in general, it's challenging, right? It could be stressful. And when you add the fact that it's 50,000 words in 30 days, talk about pressure. And this is where, you know, you can, a lot of your fears, your doubts, whether it's around yourself, your writing, or the story you're writing, can really bubble up to the surface. And why, me personally, I'm a big believer in meditating. Meditating really helps to get you grounded. It helps to clear out the cobwebs of negative thoughts, fears, doubts, all those things. And I usually meditate in the mornings or before a writing session, and also actually in the evenings. That is when I meditate the most. Now, if meditation isn't for you, I totally get it, but I would recommend giving it a shot because it really will help as a way to, like I said, clear away the cobwebs and all that busy talk that's in your mind when you're trying to write, whether it's in general or for National Novel Writing Month. Now, another way that you can help with your mindset is to journal. And this is a huge one. A lot of people journal as well too. I journal, but to be honest with you, I don't journal to sort of brainstorm to get all of my negative things out of my head. What I do is I use journaling for just positively affirming what I want to achieve, whether it's the writing goal that I want, or it's a positive high vibe energy that I want to bring to my writing session. Whatever it is, I use journaling in a positive way, and I use my meditation to clear away all the negative stuff. So the other thing that I recommend is a support buddy. Now, the National Novel Writing site actually has where you can join those communities, all those things, and I really recommend that. But I also recommend getting somebody that you know personally who's an encourager. They don't necessarily have to be a writer, but just somebody who's going to give you the support that you need when you're having a rough time, especially during NANO, right? We could all use that. The next thing I recommend is affirmations. Now, I don't use these as much as I used to be honest, but I know it's something that the writers in my writing group really love, as well as people in general. And they are just affirmations, whether you're saying them to yourself or whether you're actually subscribing maybe to an app or something that sends you affirmations, which you can use to either reinforce positive thoughts, or whether you're using them for encouragement and inspiration. The next thing is, or actually, no, that's it for mindset. What do you know? The second way that you can prepare yourself for National Novel Writing Month is to get clear about your goal. Now, I know you're probably saying, but I know what my goal is. I'm participating in NANO. I'm writing 50K words in 30 days. And that's great, but what I mean is, why are you participating in NANO? Is it to finish the first draft of your book? Is it you want to build some good writing habits? What's the deeper why of why you're participating in NANO? And this is really good because it helps you to know why you're doing this. Because sometimes when you're doing NANO, it can be overwhelming, draining, all of those things, as well as encouraging and inspiring. But if you don't know the why of why you're doing it, it can be really easy to say, well, I don't really need to do this. Why am I doing this? But if you have a deeper meaning as to why you're participating and knowing what that is, can really help you to stay encouraged and inspired as you're going through NANO. So the third way that you can prepare yourself for NANO is to have a plan to stay connected to your creativity. And this is huge. I know I probably said that about everyone, but I'm going to say it because let's face it, as we're writing every day, it can be encouraging, inspiring at the beginning, but sometimes as you hit that second week or later on, it can be draining, and you're basically, even though you're refilling your creative well every day by writing, the stress can kind of get to you, especially if you're not meeting your writing goals, your characters aren't talking or whatever. You just need something to help you re-spark your creativity or stay connected to your creativity. And that's why I think it's important to have a plan of how you're going to do that. And that's really going to help you during NANO. And how you can do that is to figure out how you're going to reward yourself when you hit your milestones. What is that reward going to be? And I think that's important as well too, because sometimes it's easy when it's NANO and you're grinding every day and you forget to reward yourself when you meet your word count goal every single day for a week. Woo, that's huge, right? So that's really important to reward yourself. The next thing is kind of tied in together, and that's to celebrate when you hit those milestones. Because sometimes it's sort of like, well, I'm writing, I gotta write, and you don't take a moment to celebrate what you've achieved so far. I think if you're like me, where I'm just kind of like, I don't need that reward, I don't need to celebrate, you don't realize how much you need it until you give it to yourself. So make sure that you celebrate. And it's a great way to connect with your readers online if you're celebrating online as well too. And that leads me to the third one, which is to share your progress is a great way to stay connected to your creativity, because let's face it, when you share how you're doing on social media, whether you're struggling or whether you're doing great, it's amazing how many people will reach out to give you the encouragement that you need to help you celebrate, and maybe even recommend some ways to reward yourself. So that is a great way to do it. The next is to try different things. Oh my gosh, I always say this because sometimes we can just focus on writing, and that part of our creativity gets drained. And one great way to re-spark that is to try something different creatively, whether it's to draw, to sketch, anything else different that is different from writing can really help to spark the writing side of your brain. All right, and then the next thing is to try reading from the beginning of your story. And this is something that I do a lot myself, and as well as I recommend to my clients, because sometimes when you're in the trenches, you can feel like you're not getting anywhere, you're not going anywhere, you feel stuck. And when you go back and read from the beginning, not all the times, but a lot of times, it can really get you excited about your story again. You get excited about, you just realize why you fell in love with your characters and why you want to tell their story. And I find a lot of times it can help you to see, okay, this is where I went wrong and why I'm stuck. Or, ooh, this is the direction that I need to go. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. This is the storyline that I wanted to follow. So I really recommend, as a way to stay connected to your creativity during NANO, is to start reading your story from the beginning again. The next is to explore different options of how you can stay connected to your creativity. And this can be either trying new things maybe that you wanted to try, or maybe reaching out to your audience or other writers and say, hey, what do you do to stay connected to your creativity? Because sometimes as writers, we tend to stick in the same thing that works for us or that we do all the time, and then it just stops working, and then we can't figure out why, and then we beat ourselves up, when the truth is sometimes we just maybe need to try something different, right? Just to get out of that rut. So there you have it. That is my recommendations of how you can prepare yourself for National Novel Writing Month. So what about you? Do you have any special things that you do to prepare for NANO? If you do, I would love to hear them in the comments. Now, if you are still sort of in prep mode and you're like panicking because it's days away from that NANO and you don't feel prepared, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the other videos that I've done. There are quite a few of them of how to help you prepare for NANO if you're looking for more tips or if you're to help you with that anxiety that you may be feeling. I'll leave the playlist below in the not the comments, in the description of the video. And also, I am going to be sharing my own my own journey as I'm participating in NANO this month. I'm actually going to be working on 2 books. What was I thinking? But I really wanted to challenge myself, and I'm also going to be talking about how I plan for the new year as a writer. So next month I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week, because let's face it, working on 2 books during NANO just, isn't enough, right? But anyway, so I hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you would like to find out more about that and to sort of follow me on my journey as I'm participating in NANO and working on 2 books, 1 fiction, 1 nonfiction. All right, have a fabulous rest of your day, week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.